Lighting. Again, another very important thing when it comes to our videos. Without proper lighting, your images can be very kind of boring or bland. It's really is the lighting that helps us create really nice dramatic footage. And over the years, we've used all kinds of different lighting, LED panels, and we were using something called the Dido light recently. And we finally found a light that I love so much, and I'm really excited to tell you guys about it. It's called the Practilite 602. Has anybody seen this before? So this is made by a company called Kinotechnic, and it uses a Fresnel lens, and so it stays very, very cool to the touch, but it's very, very bright and very versatile. So before I go any further, I'm going to show you guys a little video. You can check out some of the features of the Practilite.
Practilite 602, a focusable bicolor LED Fresnel. Best-in-class performance, resulting in heat-free 300-watt tungsten equivalent output, weighing in at only 2.9 pounds, that is 1.3 kilograms. Adjustable beam angle from 75 degrees flood to 15 degrees spot. Conveniently tunable color balance, from 3000 Kelvin warm white up to 6000 Kelvin of bright white daylight. Smart remote control enables time-saving and dynamic lighting setups, be it intensity or color balance of up to 6 lighting features.
So that's the Practilite 602. I didn't make that video, by the way. I know that you thought that was my voice in the video, but no, I'm just kidding. So some of the benefits of the Practilite 602, and they have different models. The 602 is kind of like the middle of the road one, but has for weddings and events the features that we need. It's able to be battery powered, which is really nice. Again, I mentioned the Dido light, which also could be battery powered. At the time, we didn't have that, and so trying to find like an outlet at the reception, it really limits your creativity because you're like, well, I can only put this light here, and so that kind of sucks. But so you can battery power it. You saw in the video the adjustable beam, which is huge because when you're trying to capture toasts or speeches or something like that, to be able to have a nice spotlight on the person giving the toast, and then to go from that very quickly and easily to a flood for the dance floor and to create some sort of backlight situation for more interesting shots is a big deal. But again, the number one thing, as you saw in the video, is the app where you can control it. There's nothing more frustrating for us, when you go to an event and you're trying to compete with all these different color temperatures and lights, and you're just looking at the footage and you're like, what do I set my Kelvin to? And so having the ability to change the color temperature right from your phone at any given moment is super important for us. That way we can try and match the color temperature and make sure that our images don't look funny in terms of colors and stuff like that. Being able to turn it off and on, yes?
Can you control more than one at a time, or are you only using one?
You can. We only use one for our needs, but the app will control, I think, up to like 10 lights or something like that, something super crazy. It's really impressive. And then just being able to turn it off and on from across the room, because we're so busy on a wedding day, and to have to like go over to a light and unplug it or turn it off or whatever is 10 seconds maybe, but that 10 seconds could be everything, as on a wedding day. So being able to control it right from the phone from across the room is pretty amazing. And then as I mentioned go ahead.
What kind of batteries is it running off of?
It has its own proprietary battery that you have to purchase. So the one that we have lasts about an hour. So, but you can also plug it in. For our needs, usually we're using the light at the reception, for toasts are going to be like maybe 30 minutes tops. And then at the reception, we can turn it off and on. So we're usually conserving battery power. We're only turning it on when we need it. But we've never had an issue with that light running out on us, even though it's just an hour, which I know kind of sounds strange, but.
on your camera or on a stand all the time?
We always have it on stand. Real quick lighting tip. I hate on camera lighting. I think it looks like, it'll make your videos look like it's from 1980, seriously. And you always want to be shooting in the opposite direction of your light. So if my light's here, I'm shooting from here because it's creating a more dynamic or interesting or dramatic, angles with the shadows and stuff like that. So yeah, I always have it on a stand. And by the way, I have all this equipment here that I'm talking about in the back if you guys want to see it or touch it or feel it or anything like that. I'm happy to let you guys play with it. It stays cool, real quick. I mentioned that before. This is so important for us because at the end of a wedding shoot, we just want to go home, right? And so having something that I can just throw in the bag and not worry about is really great. Again, our last light, it was super hot, and I was always afraid we were going to burn something or melt something in our bag. So I know it seems kind of insignificant, but the fact that it stays cool is a big deal for us.